ladies and gentlemen, you know how you're angry at your children and how miserable they make you most of the time and how much you're suffering because of it? You might have a serious condition called Teenageritis. Teenageritis is a debilitating condition accompanied by very serious symptoms including angriness, overall pissed-offness, loss of control, depression, and rage. Teenageritis typically afflicts parents of teenage children, but could happen to parents with children as young as 8 or 9 years old. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's depression. My kids used to be so sweet, but now they don't listen. When I come home, I just want to hit them with a chair repeatedly and throw them and the video games out of the window. This could happen to you. Ask yourself, do you have those symptoms? You might be suffering from teenageritis. What do we as parents do? We usually suffer in silence. We will suffer no more. We will go to a rehab for parents with teenageritis. Yes, we will go to the rehab. You go to this rehab center. Usually you go with your partner, okay, like husband, wife. You open the door and the first thing you see is children. Okay, these are child actors, okay, but these children, they don't run around like maniacs, okay? There is a girl there sitting and she's playing harp. And another boy sitting on the sofa just reading a book. There is a large television and it's turned off. Children are quietly walking around and talking, and you start feeling a little bit better. Then you go into the first room. You walk into a room, there is a dinner table with children, okay, there is all kinds of foods on the table, but the children of course are eating crap. Okay, they're eating just hamburgers, pizza and French fries. They're not eating vegetables, asparagus and all of that. And so you walk up to them and you say, children, you must eat your vegetables. And they say, yes, Dad. And you just start feeling a little bit better, okay? Your blood pressure is start going down slightly, okay? Next room, you walk in. Dark room, TV is full blast on, the children watching some horrible movie, and it's way past their bedtime, and you tell them, turn off the television right away and go straight to bed. And all 3 children get up, turn off the television, quietly go brush their teeth, put on matching pajamas with the little ponies, then give you a kiss on the cheek and go straight to bed. And again, your blood pressure goes down even more and you feel a little bit better about yourself. Next room, you walk in, there is a large staircase and a girl coming down the stairs wearing a mini skirt that doesn't basically cover anything. And you tell her, where do you think you're going, young lady dressed like that? Go back to your room and put on something that would cover more of your body. And she says, yes, Mom. And she goes back to her room and comes out dressed like Mother Teresa, with everything covered but her, little pretty face. And you start thinking maybe your life is not as miserable as you thought, okay? Then there is a very special room for people with serious and severe and chronic condition of teenageritis, okay? So it's a room where you get to smash and physically destroy video games, okay, and computers and other equipment, anything that plugs into the wall, okay? So you walk into the room and then you see a bunch of game stations, the Xbox and the Nintendo and the Sony PlayStation and the computer and a large monitor. I want to see a large monitor there, okay? And there is a large also hammer, okay, like a mallet, like as heavy as you, in fact multiple hammers, so you can pick the heaviest one you can swing, and then you whack at them. You whack and you destroy the video game. You destroy. Okay, as you can see, I'm not just a crazy Russian dad, I'm also a patient. And then there is a table, and on the table there is the iPhone and iPod and iPad and Samsung and whatever else with an I in front of it. And then there is a large blender. No, not blender, a food processor. It is a large food processor, okay? And you put devices into the food processor, one by one, and there's a large red button that's very pleasant to touch. And you press that button, okay? You press the button, and you watch the devices being destroyed. And you know what? At that moment, usually, after 2 to 3 devices being smashed to bits and pieces and signal that electronics flying around, you start feeling euphoric. You start feeling like yourself again. Teenageritis is behind you. You're in control. You're a responsible adult, okay? They're just children going through teenage years. And you'll be okay for at least 2 to 3 weeks. And then you'll need to go back to the rehab for parents with teenageritis. Do not suffer in silence. For teenageritis lasting more than 4 hours, call your doctor immediately. Take control of your life. Make your children miserable. I am not just crazy Russian dad. I am also a patient.